There's this habit that many of us have, but we kind of hide it. It's something that might make you feel a little odd. But what if I told you it's actually a sign of a super efficient mind? Today, we're going to look past those social labels and dig into the real science of talking to yourself.
Okay, picture this. You're alone, right? Maybe you're pacing around your office or staring at some crazy spreadsheet, and then you suddenly realize you're talking out loud to yourself, walking yourself right through the solution. Come on, we've all been there, right?
And what's the first thing that hits you? It's that instant jolt of self-consciousness, isn't it? You do that quick little look around, hoping nobody, and I mean nobody, heard you. It's that feeling that makes you think, man, am I weird? Am I the only one who does this? Well, that feeling doesn't just come out of nowhere. It's drilled into us, right? It comes from this, common social idea that talking to yourself is, well, weird or odd. It's a judgment we've heard so many times that we just kind of accept it as fact without ever really stopping to question it. But here's a thought. What if that label is just completely wrong? Let's actually challenge that idea. Let's tackle it head on and find out what's really going on inside our minds. And this is where the whole thing gets flipped on its head. See, what society just writes off as a weird habit, psychology has a much cooler name for it: verbal reasoning. And no, this isn't just some strange little quirk. It's a genuinely powerful cognitive tool that your brain uses to think way more clearly. All right, so let's dive into the science behind this. We're going to leave all that social perception stuff behind and look at the actual cognitive function happening inside your brain. So what is it, really? At its core, verbal reasoning is simply the act of taking all those abstract, racing thoughts in your head and turning them into real, concrete spoken words. This isn't just random mumbling, you guys. It's a very structured process that your brain is using to make itself more efficient. And the benefits? Oh, they're huge. I mean, research shows this is a technique that highly intelligent people use all the time. So why do they do it? Well, because it helps them organize really complex ideas, it helps them solve problems way faster, and, this is the big one, it literally locks the brain into a state of deep, deep focus. Okay, so how does this actually work? What's the mechanism here that makes talking to yourself such a ridiculously powerful tool for staying focused? Well, it all starts with something called cognitive complexity. And look, that's just a fancy way of saying your mind is juggling a ton of information all at once. You're thinking about all these details, connections, and possibilities that maybe other people don't even notice. And when that happens, yeah, your thoughts can get really crowded, kind of tangled up. So what does your brain do? It takes that massive cloud of crowded thoughts, and it does something absolutely brilliant. By speaking them out loud, you're basically creating a mental roadmap for yourself. And that roadmap? It acts like a filter. It just cuts through all the noise and lets you examine each piece of the puzzle one by one. And that leads to smarter, way more focused decisions. Here's a cool way to think about it. It's like an architect narrating a super complex blueprint as they're drawing it. Instead of trying to keep every single line and measurement in their head at the same time, they speak each dimension out loud. And by doing that, they make sure every single piece fits together perfectly. This habit isn't just some random, isolated thing. It's actually part of a much bigger system of mental efficiency. It's a key behavior of what you might call a quiet architect. Someone who's busy building this powerful internal world. Someone who's focused on substance, not just social appearance. And that's why this whole verbal reasoning thing fits in so perfectly with other traits, right? Like preferring to walk alone so you can think clearly, or absolutely hating draining small talk. Or maybe you have a messy desk, but your digital files are perfectly organized. See? These aren't just random behaviors. They're all signs of a mind that is just laser focused on being efficient. When you get right down to it, what connects all these things is a choice. Whether you know you're making it or not, it's a choice to pour your energy into a highly effective, structured internal system instead of wasting that energy on the social performance of just looking normal. So, after all that, what's the big takeaway? It's actually really simple. It's time to embrace your internal dialogue. Let me be crystal clear about this. If you talk to yourself to work through problems, you are not weird. Far from it. You are using a high-performance cognitive tool. I want you to recognize this for what it truly is. You are simply processing the world in deeper, more complex ways than most people. You're building the foundation of your ideas with way more care and precision than the people around you. So next time you catch yourself talking through that next big idea, or your next project, or some really tough problem, whatever you do, Don't stop. Just let your mind do its thing. So I'm going to leave you with this one question. Now that you know this isn't some weird quirk, but a seriously powerful tool, what incredible foundation are you going to build with your internal dialogue?